what is it about Coventry? 2 points away from home and we lost, and 2 points winning, but in a good margin, and then just collapsing.
I won't say so much collapse. I think we were put in a position through no fault of our own. All right, not maybe through no fault of our own. You know, there's a situation there when we got to 32-18, and obviously we made an error coming out of yardage, but there was 9 or 10 sets on our line, a couple of things that went against us. So I'm pleased that at 32-30 that we've defended the last 10 minutes. We've gone 10 minutes there without conceding, and we've saw the game out. And we've been smart with some good game management, apart from probably not fielding that last dropout. So again, we've had to defend another set. There was a lot of things to like about the performance, but like you said, I don't know, maybe some teams you struggle more than with others, and they had nothing to lose, if you like, and they were always going to keep coming, and they are a good second half team as well, and they've still got some games left, and they'll pick up some points, I'm sure. We've got to give them a lot of credit that they've done well this season. Like I say, I think at half time we just need to be a bit more ruthless, and again, we're not the first set out, but then we don't really see the ball. A couple of tries, then we get a try, and then, like you say, a bit of a back-to-back score. So that's probably the concerning thing at the minute. But again, I do want to take some positives out of it.
As you say, 26-6 up at half time, I think it was, and getting on a bit of a roll towards that second half, towards half time. But the second half, we looked a little bit flat compared to Coventry's energy. And they got a couple of breaks, and they get a lot of ball and a lot of resets, and then suddenly they've got 2 tries and they're on the roll again. And it's how do you get players to be able to stop that momentum?
Well, it's very difficult, especially with the new rules. We spoke about it last week. There's no scrums. There's no it's probably accountability or penalties in terms of the set restart. So when we got the ball back, we got a couple of set restarts where if it's a penalty for offside or a scrum for an error, then that generally gives you time to reset on the run if you're defending and also attacking, to be more composed. So we're playing a hybrid version of the game at the minute, and you're seeing this happening a lot. It's not just happening to us, fortunately. It's happening across all the NRL, the Super League, and all the divisions, Championship. When one team's got a bit of ball and they get a bit of momentum, because of the version of the sport we're playing at the moment, it is hard to wrestle up momentum. What we need to do is defend a set and make sure we knock out the next set, whether we put the ball in touch, whether we defend, whether we force an error, something like that. That's how you're going to wrestle that momentum back. And I thought at times we did that, and then I thought, like I say, I think a couple of times there where we've picked a ball up and then we've been given offside from a kick, or put somebody in touch and then it was given a penalty. So we had plenty of energy and we did that, but those are also energy sappers when those things are going against you. So I didn't feel we got the rub of the green in the second half, and I thought that impacted a little bit on our energy and our momentum, and that's why I was so pleased and proud that the last 10 minutes we saw the game out.
It seems a bit of a strange thing. We can last the last 10 minutes and defend, and yet the first 10 or 15 minutes we seem to be all at sea, or again, maybe a bit of organisation, but there were some soft tries today, and that's probably down to energy and people just overcompensating. But again, does it come down to a bit more of a mental thing because we've gone through this for 4 or 5 games now, where we get in a good position and then we get a try scored against us, and suddenly you don't physically see heads drop, but we concede again.
No, and it's something we've been trying to fix up. Like you say, it is probably a mental issue or a mental block, however you want to put it now, where teams are coming back and we're thinking we're going to kick off to them, and they've scored again, and that's why it was really important at 32-30, because I thought they've scored a try on the last play, and then they've got a little bit of luck, nothing lucky about the kick. It's a good kick, but just Dom come across and a bit of luck in the in goal, and then it's 32-30. So there's 12 points there that probably are a little bit unjust, if you like. The other tries, like you say, I think one I want to have another look at. The one in the first half was a bit soft, and the one after half time as well. And look, we've you know, we're trying. We're looking at how our team we're playing. We're looking at our rotations, how we start the second half, all those little things. So again, we'll go away and review it and you know, best, and hopefully, you know, put a plan together next week to counteract what's been happening.
But at least it's a win.
Yeah, and it's more than just not. At least it's a win. It's that time of year where that ugly wins, ugly wins are better than pretty losses or draws, which we've had plenty as well. So we're in 6, and that's where we want to be, and hopefully we're in 6 this time next week, or if not higher.
All right, thank you very much. All being well, let's take on West Wales and see if we can cure some of the little bits of niggles that go along. Just one final point. Joe McLean came off. We had an ambulance to him. He seems okay, just walking around.
Yeah, he's just took one in the throat there, so he'll just get assessed like physio's assessing, but I just think with the throat issue it can swell up, can't it? So just going to go and check him and check his breathing. So, and just one point from me, just you know, on the supporter side, I think we've just got to be a bit more positive, especially, you know, during the game. I heard some things today to individuals especially, and it was just a bit disappointing to hear that. You know, no players are going out there and, you know, to make mistakes or not to give it the best. So you know, when there's personal attacks on the players, it's just a bit disappointing to hear that. So hopefully we won't hear that next week.
All right, well, thanks Alan, and let's look forward to next week. Last home game of the season, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.